investment status. This is a very high risk investment. I think I was very lucky. Hello everyone, thank you for joining my channel today. In the last video, I talked about my biggest investment failures and how I wasted 2 years and lost almost all my money. Today I want to talk about my current investment status, where I am and where I am investing. I don't want to influence anyone. This channel isn't about recommending stocks and discussing where to invest. So please don't misunderstand. Let's start. Do you remember how I got $40,000 and lost almost everything? Not almost everything, but I was left with about $12,000. To talk about where I am, I have to go back a little. At the time, I was looking at different opportunities, and then I got to know about TQQQ, which is 3 times the leverage of QQQ. QQQ is an ETF. So what is ETF? To simplify, it tracks up and down of multiple company stocks, and QQQ tracks one of the largest 100 tech companies in the United States. So it includes Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, and Google, all the famous 100 tech companies in the United States. So if these companies go up, then QQQ, which is a tech ETF, goes up as well. And the TQQQ is a 3 times up and down of this QQQ. For instance, if overall 100 tech company stocks go up by 30%, then QQQ goes up as well about 30%. But TQQ goes up about 90%. If the QQQ goes down by 10%, then TQQQ goes down 30% approximately. So it is very risky investment. When I found out about TQQ, it was around end of 2022. At the time, the stock market was down overall. TQQQ was around $35 in the August of 2022, but TQQ was around $88 in November of 2021 at its highest. So I started to question myself, this is a very high risk investment. I may lose all my money. However, I understand that Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft company are not doing well at the moment, but they will get back to where it was. Also, as these tech company stocks go up, QQQ will go up as well, so does the TQQQ. In the end, I bought TQQQ for around $21 and I sold around $60. So $12,000 became $57,000. If I am being super honest, I think I was very lucky. I could have lost all my money. There was a point where TQQQ went down to $19 and I was so close to sell them all. And the story would have been very different. Right now with $57,000, I used about $17,000 for my house, and the rest of $40,000 I invest into dividend ETF called JEPQ. So JEPQ is a dividend ETF. A dividend is a portion of company's profit that is distributed to its shareholder, typically as a reward for investing in the company. So it can be paid in cash or additional share of stocks, and usually it is declared on a per share basis, meaning the amount of the receipt depends on the number of shares that you own. When it comes to JEPQ, the annual dividend is about $6.09. So if you own 1 share, then you get about $6.09 every year. If you own 10 shares, then you get about $60.90 every year. When you look at this chart, it says that JEPQ dividend yield is about 10.57%. It means that every year you get about 10.57% of what you invested. So let's say you invested $10,000, then you get about $1,000 as a dividend every year. And per month, you get about $83. So previously, I mentioned that QQQ tracks one of the largest 100 tech company in the US, which includes Apple, Nvidia, and Microsoft. JEPQ is very similar. So JEPQ invests in companies like Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon as well. On average, JEPQ every year increased between 1 to 4%, and with the dividend, it increased about 11 to 16% every year. The main difference between QQQ and JEPQ is that QQQ doesn't give much dividend, but JEPQ gives dividend about 10 to 12% every year. Some may ask, isn't S&P 500 so much better and safer because it has a long extensive history and gives about 10 to 11% every year? Yes, you may be right, but everyone has a little bit different preference. I know S&P 500 would go up consistently, but what I really want is monthly income that I can gain without working. If I invest in $500,000 in JEPQ, then I would get back about $42,000 to $5,000 every month. And that is exactly what I really want, and that is my ultimate goal at the moment. Until I invest $500,000, I will not spend one single dime of the dividend, and I will get back and invest back to JEPQ. And once I invest total of $500,000, then I will start use the dividend. And I'm not saying I will not work at all once I have $500,000 in JEPQ, but I would like to diversify my portfolio and then invest in S&P 500 and also real estate and also different stocks as well. So today I talked about my current investment, and I know I'm very long way from gaining financial freedom, but it is good to know how far I am. Thank you so much for listening today, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.